Peep, you don't know it's the boy Richie. I'm here today one more time again. Today I'm gonna have some stew peas on the menu, but first I'm gonna show you what I do to my oxtail. Let me take it a little closer to show you what I do to my oxtail now. Right now what I do with the oxtail, I pour it in a container like this because you know the oxtail is really salty, you know. So what I do, I'm gonna pour it in this small pot here, you know, and then I'm gonna use some hot water from the kettle, pour on it, right? Then I'm gonna put it on the stove. I'm gonna let it boil for a little bit because you know when it boil for a little bit now, it's gonna boil out some of the salt. It's gonna boil out some of the salt out of it, you know. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do some stew peas. So I have oxtail that's in the pot. I'm gonna let it boil up so it can boil off some of the salt, or we normally call it scald it off. We call it scald off the salt out of it. So I had some beef here today and just some chicken foot. You know, I'm just gonna do a small menu, you know, but when it finishes it's gonna look like a lot. So what I'm gonna do now, I will be pouring the beef in the pressure cooker and the chicken foot as well, because what I want to do, I want to get them a little tender before I actually take them out this pot, and then I'm gonna make the stew peas with them, because you know they take a little time to cook. So when I pressure it, it actually done a little faster than normal. So for instance, give it a hour on the pressure. So I'm gonna use the hot water from the kettle as well. You know? Yeah, the hot water from the kettle. We don't need no more than that. So while the pigtail go and cook down a little bit, boil and scald, you know, I'm gonna pour off the water from it. And I pour the water from it now, I'm gonna actually pull back the pressure because it's not gonna be steamed, well steamed as yet, you know. So I can actually pull the lid, put in the oxtail in it as well. So let all of them cook together, because I already have the peas here presented for the oxtail, for the stew peas already, because you have to use peas, but I had the peas pressured already. So I actually, me and my wife actually prepare the stuff prepare stuff like for days, you know. We have cooked peas, clean meats, stuff like that. So when you're ready, you don't have to really cook the peas at the moment, you have it already cooked, you know. So I'm just gonna use this little portion here, but after the oxtail and the beef and the chicken foot cook like for actually an hour. Yeah, peeps, if you don't know, it's the boy Richie again. I'm gonna show you now how I make the preparation for my stew peas. You know, I use the Grace coconut milk. You know, so what I'm gonna do with this now, I'm gonna actually make it pour in the pot. You know, because when I pour it in the pot, I use the coconut milk to cook the make the stew peas. I'm gonna show you. That's how I do it. Yeah, people, it's the boy Richie again. What I do, I use the Grace coconut milk. and mixed it, and then I pour it in the pot. You know, pour it in the pot. This is the preparation for the meat that I've been pressuring on the stove for quite some time. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour the water, all the water from this meat here. Then after I pour it from this meat here, then I'm gonna place it in the pot. You know, pour all of it, and I'm gonna place it in the milk. No. So there you got the pigtail, the beef, and the chicken foot right here. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna leave this here start boil for some time. Let it boil for some time. Then I'm going to season it. You know, I'm gonna season the pot afterwards, and then yeah, this is how I do my stew piece, guys. After I pressure the meat, then I pour it in some greased coconut milk. Yeah. So I'm gonna season it, leave it here to boil for some time. Just a little teaspoon, little spoon that you use in your teeth, just a little, you know, but you don't want it to too spicy or too salty, so I just use just a little teaspoon. Just a little teaspoon. So now I'm gonna put my thyme. I'm gonna put my thyme in it, and then I'm gonna put my garlic as well. I'm gonna put a head of garlic in it as well. You know what I do? I put a piece of ginger as well in it to actually take away some of the raw scent from the meat. You know, even though it's boiled and I use vinegar and all, but I still use my ginger, pepper, and everything in there. So I'm gonna put some pimento seed in it as well, just a little, you know. And then here I had a green Scotch bonnet. So what I'm gonna do with this green Scotch bonnet, I'm just gonna burst it with the fork, you know, and I'm gonna put it in there as well. Gonna leave it there to boiled now. It's boiling, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour the red peas that I had inside the milk now. So this is gonna take time and simmer down. I don't finish it with it as yet, guys. Right now, what I'm gonna do, I had some flour that I roll up some flour here for it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the flour in right now, so let them stay there and cook for a bit. The seasoning and everything, because the meat already cooked, you know, it's just a seasoning process I am on right now with the stew peas. Make some little tiny roll up dumplings. Actually get in there. I had one more thing to put in it, guys, that you're gonna see as well, you know, because I use the cornstarch to actually thicken it. So I'm gonna pour it in a cup, make a little to thicken it, a little to how you want it. It's the preference to how you want it, how thin you want it or how thick you want it. But I'm gonna show you how I do actually mine, you know. So I'm gonna add a little butter in it. Stay and still boil down or a bit more. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, this cornstarch here, I'm gonna use a tablespoon. A tablespoon and a half of the cornstarch. I'm gonna try to use I'm gonna use to let it thicken the stew peas to how I really want it. Pour it in now. You have to pour and mix at the same time, so it doesn't stick one place in the pot, because you know it's like flour. Many people use flour, but I use the cornstarch because the flour is gonna give it this thick flourish taste in it, you know. The cornstarch just let you taste everything real good. I'm just gonna let it stay here, simmer down for some time, you know. I'm gonna show you how it looks. As I say before, guys, it's all depends on how thick you want it to be, you know. It's a preference for others how thick they want it to be. I don't want it too thick, but you know, I like it. It's a little thickness in it. Obviously, don't run too much when you pour it out. And if you make it too thick, when it's cool, it's gonna be like so flat up, like, you know. That's how it's gonna be. So I think this one alright for me now. I'm just gonna let it go down. Gonna let it boil down some more. Yeah. Got more time to boil so the stuff in there can, you know, cook some more. Okay guys, so I'll be keeping the so it doesn't burn. Basically, I put it on normal. Put it on normal there, so it'll stay and simmer down some more. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna taste it. The salt in it is okay. The taste of the salt in it is okay. Yeah, the salt in it tastes fine to me because the pigtail is salt and I boiled it, so it have salt in it still, and the beef was seasoning already, you know, and the seasoning that we use have a lot of salt in them. So when we use a seasoning, sometimes we doesn't use salt in the food. So now I'm gonna put on some rice because I like to use the white rice with the stew peas. The white rice with the stew peas is really good. It's really tasty. So what I'm gonna do, I'll be adding some salt in it. I'm adding a little salt in the rice here, so I'm gonna leave this to this time. And then force I can keep on. Almost a tablespoon of salt. I think that will be enough for it. Yeah, that's salted enough for it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some butter in it as well. So we're gonna have stew peas and white rice on the menu today. Yeah, as I'm saying, peeps, it's your boy Richie again, you know. Thank you guys for being here with us today one more time. Me today. You know, your girl C is not here at the moment, but she'll be here soon. So it's been a pleasure for me to be here today doing this cooking again, you know. You'll be seeing a lot more of us. Thank you.